Hello friends, been a little while since I've made a knife video, but I figured when I finish something I'll put up a little video so you can enjoy it. I'm not that prolific a knife maker, so things are few and far between, but hopefully they are worth it and you do enjoy what I'm showing you. Um, this one here I've decided to call the Buccaneer, which will become obvious in a few minutes. This is a joint collaboration between myself and a very talented fellow out in California named Brett Kapolensky. Um, and This one, quite a bit of time went into it. Let me show you what we got here. This is a modern version of what would be considered almost an Italian style picklock, although this is earless. I have a certain affinity for the earless design. This is also a picklock, meaning there is no rotating bolster on this design. This one opens, the release mechanism, excuse me, is the back tab here. But anyway, so what you have here, it's approximately 11.5 inches total, so it's a little bit longer than your standard Italian. Nickel silver liners, solid nickel silver bolsters, everything's been hand done. Did some file work on the liners on both sides. Nothing complicated. I like to keep things a little bit simple. The scales are camel bone. You have a sterling silver skull button release there, as well as crossbones, which act as the safety for it, and they're functional. Everything is hand done on this one. I don't have a mill. I don't have any of that kind of machinery. Basically a belt grinder, drill press, and a relatively simple shop, and just a lot of time on my hands at night. The only thing I did not make myself on this one is the steel itself. That was purchased. The blade I did have manufactured, but I bought a billet of raindrop Damascus online. I can't remember whether I got it from Jantz or Alpha Knife Supply or who. At this point, I actually sat on it for a couple years before using it. But it's a heavy knife. It's quite substantial, a lot heavier than your kind of run-of-the-mill production Italians. Let's show you what goes on here. Opens up with a very nice snap. There's no blade play whatsoever. I'm a big fanatic about that. I take a lot of pride in getting the tolerances as close as I possibly can. As I said, you can tell, although it's a raindrop pattern, which you can see some of it left here, when you start grinding down, it almost becomes more of like what would be considered a random or simple layered pattern, which is kind of the trick with Damascus. You never really know what you're going to get until you start grinding it. As far as how deep they took certain patterns and the complexity. But I haven't decided yet whether this one's going to get sold or auctioned, or whether I'm just going to keep it in my collection for a little bit. Right now I'm kind of in love with it, so I may keep this one for a while, but we'll see what happens. But in any event, I hope you enjoy it. This one was definitely a labor of love, and as I said, there's probably, conservatively, I've got 20 to 25 hours in it, and then there was the Mr. Kapolensky out in California probably got another 4 or 5 hours in putting in the release mechanism, which is very similar to the classic square button release, which you would see on some of the imported Latama knives and things like that, that are much older. I happen to like that mechanism myself. Some people say it's not as strong or sturdy as others. I happen to like that design versus the kind of standard Italian switchblade release mechanism where you'd find the button down here, or in a Prioletta style or something which has a longer bar. This just happens to be my favorite release for the time being. But anyway, I figured I'd let you take a look at it. Hope you enjoy. If you got any comments, questions about fabrication, anything else, feel free to drop me a line. I'm sorry I don't post videos of things being made along the way, but it's a real pain in the butt, and I don't have that kind of time. It's tough enough for me to find time just to make these things, let alone trying to set up videos of, the tedious work that goes in along the way. But anyway, hope you enjoy. Take care, and as I finish things, I'll post more videos. Thanks.